What is the best thing about being a little dance teacher?
Everything. There's nothing that I don't like.
Hi, Little Bands fans. I'm Michael Smith, and this is Teacher Tuesday. Hi, Jordan. You have been with Little Bands for such a long time. How long has it been, and how did you get started?
Um, I actually don't know exactly how long it's been. I want to say 6 years. That may or may not be accurate, but I got started with summer camps actually on Little Bands. So summer camps was the first time I did anything with the Little Band school, and we were doing I want to say we were doing the either the ocean or
A
the
great
volcano.
the eruption of the Great Volcano. Yeah, the
Not the
eruption.
eruption of the Great Volcano. That one I did later with the older group of kids, but this one I did with preschoolers. And that was like maybe 3 years, 2 or 3 years before the eruption of the Great Volcano. But yeah, I started with summer camp, and I want to say that was 6 years ago.
What was the hardest thing about being a Little Band's teacher?
Ooh, the hardest thing, I think for me was and is probably being really excited about something and then having my students be really excited about something else. So I have to like channel my excitement abruptly to a different direction. So like if we're writing a song, sometimes I get really excited about a hook and they're like, nope, we want to move on to the verse. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, we're moving on. That's probably the hardest thing for me is being able to switch gears based on where the bands and like the students want to go.
Okay. What is the best thing about being a Little Band's teacher?
Everything. There's nothing that I don't like. Honestly, like there's nothing better than being able to make music, have fun with people that like to make music, teach people how to love to make music. Can't go wrong.
What are some of the different roles you have played in Little Band School, and which ones do you like the best?
Oh, well, I started off as an assistant teacher. Well, actually, no, I think I started off as a volunteer, and then I was an assistant teacher, and then I've done teaching of bands in private schools and public schools, at the little band school, private lessons teaching. I think teaching bands is still one of my top favorites, but I do really enjoy the private lessons because working one on one with students is always super fun to watch everyone grow individually in their different musical abilities. I don't know, it's a hard question, Michael. Everything is exciting. I like it all.
Okay, looking back at your time with Little Bands, what would you say is your favorite Little Bands moment?
Ooh. Okay, my favorite little band's moment actually was during the eruption of the Great Volcano summer camp when we were working on the choreography for the people of We Are the People of the Sea. I don't know why that just stands out to me so much, but we had such a good time just figuring out what our dance moves were. And I'm pretty sure Josh told us to do it in like an hour, and we spent like 4 hours on it because it was just so much fun. That's one of my favorite little band's memories.
Who are some of your musical inspirations, and who has inspired you as a musician?
Oh, okay, so many. I think I have different inspirations on all the different instruments. My dad played a lot of jazz and gospel in the house, so I really like Al Jarreau, Clark Sisters, Duke Ellington. And then as I got older, I started playing the bass. I really liked Esperanza Spalding. That was really inspiring to see another woman play the bass. And then vocally, I don't know. I like to listen to all kinds of music, but Michael Jackson is top fave. of all time as far as performers and music that I like to listen to and try to imitate. Although I must say I can't do imitate it very well. Oh, there's a lot. Stevie Wonder, Layla Hathaway. There's so many. Jill Scott. I don't know. I could literally give you this list for an hour.
Do you come from a musical family, parents, siblings? How did you develop as a musician growing up as a child?
I think my family is pretty musical. We, I grew up, having lots of family jam sessions, or my dad singing to me and my siblings, telling us what part to sing so we could sing in harmony in the back of a car on our way to school or to church. Um, and then on top of just singing at home, my grandmother played the piano, so we would sing at her piano all the time. Uh, Beyond like playing music at home, I did music all through school. I started off doing ballet, so I would listen to a lot of music for dance. And then I picked up the violin when I was 9, and then I switched to the bass at 10 or 11, and then I picked up a guitar later. I've always been fascinated with stringed instruments. So, but yeah, my family, we all either sing or play an instrument or some combination.
Okay, so besides being an amazing musician and teacher, you are currently getting your PhD from Harvard in public health. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Congratulations. Since we are experiencing a time when public health is at the forefront of everybody's minds, can you impart some wisdom on us or give us some advice?
I think the biggest thing for everyone to keep in mind beyond, I mean, we all know wash your hands and social distancing, those are really important. I think one thing that maybe is less emphasized is making sure that when you get or see information, especially online, that you check where it's from and to see if it's read through it carefully to make sure it makes sense. A lot of there are strategies for dealing with this pandemic is really common sense moves like basic hygiene, and the part that's hard is the social distancing. But when you're looking at why or how and predictions about when we might go back to business as usual, so to speak, like just be really mindful about that and don't forward information unless you're certain that it's quality information. That'll help cut down on a lot of the confusion. If you are wondering why you need to participate because you're super healthy, just think about someone else that isn't healthy, that can't fight off germs for themselves, and pay it forward.
Okay, thanks, Jordan, for your time. Once again, I'm Michael with Little Band School, and this has been your Teacher Tuesday.
Thanks, Michael.